Hello, everybody. Welcome back. PieCover here. Monday, November 21st, 2022. Amazing. As you know, we talk Bitcoin in this podcast. This is called Toxic Talk, but I publish many other type of videos about Bitcoin. You find educational type of videos that teach you how to use Bitcoin, how to buy it, how to custody it, how to protect yourself from the vicious snakes out there. So yes, today podcast, I want it to be a bit more relaxing. I don't want to go too much hardcore today. I just want to talk about the future in Bitcoin. Some people say a bright orange future. And when I wake up in the morning, yes, I'm going to work, and I look at the sun and rising, and it's so beautiful, it's so nice. But not many of us has this opportunity to, enjoy the day. And like, so many people are so stressed. They don't have that. They're gonna grab a coffee, grab some smoke, grab like so many substance of intoxications to get them through the day and all that. And all of these things has the roots into the money system, the money supply, and which is unfortunate because you have a system where you have a very small amount of people deciding what the money is, what's the price of the money, who can get rich, who can own a house. Right? You have a credit, like you're gonna get some credit. Is your credit good? Is your credit bad? Regardless, if you're a hardworking person, like the harder you work, the less you make, and the less you work, the more you make. In a such system, there's no way, as a hardworking guy, as a blue collar worker, or regardless, even if you're a doctor, there's not really a good way you can be happy about the system. But yeah, I'm so fortunate to be able to enjoy the morning and be happy. I've had some really sad time in my life. I've been depressed before, and I don't consider like those hard times as bad things that happen to me. I think they are like most of the biggest opportunity for me to learn about what life is, what are the lies we live in the system. So how manipulated we are, and those are the things that made me so depressed, because I've always believed that things are easy, things are simple, and people are good. People are not gonna lie to you, and the system is great. That's what I've always believed. But when I started to realize how corrupt, how we've been lied, and I started to realize, man, like this is not a good system to be, and that made me depressed. So I was like 2 years and a half at university, and I was like at civil engineering. So like after halfway spending like 30,000 into that school of engineering, and I realized everything was fake. it's like that's not a system I want to be in. So all of those things, those are the path. I think those are very similar to a lot of people out there, and the system is broken. Right? It's broken. Now we have Bitcoin, right? And Bitcoin is one of the main reasons why I have hope. Right? I have hope. That's why I go to work. Right? I wouldn't go to work if it wasn't because of Bitcoin. I would just go somewhere in a third world country, get a load of place, a load of apartment, and live my life just like them. And that's what I would do, right? If it wasn't because of Bitcoin, because there's no point to stay here, not having the hope to own anything. Like, what if you cannot own anything? You have the guarantee that you can't really own anything. Why would you work? Right? I don't know. Like, this is why you see people are so hopeless. It's like, how can you, like, tell me, right? You're working so hard and you're doing all the sacrifices. All of that is to be poor. All of that is to stay poor, and you can't own anything. That's stupid, in my opinion. But if you have Bitcoin, if you can stack some sats, if you can get like 1 million sats every 2 weeks, okay, let's say you got 1 million sats every month at least, that gives you hope, right? That gives you hope. That's a hope right there. So that's what I'm talking about. And anyways, I want it to be a little bit more relaxing today. And as you know, guys, I'm building a army. And when I say army, I'm not talking about negative and violence. I'm talking about in a positive way. I'm building a community. PieCover is going to be a community of people where we come together, right? Unite behind Bitcoin, right? So, anyways, just support me, right? Just stream me some sats, and also, you never know, you get some sats from me too, but every time I make a video, an educational video, and I help you all to save some sats, right? That's the way you make your own money, by having the knowledge, right? So I remember, for example, when I teach you how to save, saving some sats.
Hands-free system ready.
Okay. So when I help you to save some sats and transaction fees using a wallet, that's a way you save. Like, let's say you save 1,000 sats, right? You know what I mean? Like, if
phone not available.
Give it
ready.
So giving me back like 1 sat, it's really, really like incredible, right? I mean, it's not really anything. But that's how I see it, and
Pardon?
It's not.
Available options are call, dial, redial.
Okay.
Available options.
Okay. Wow. Okay, I kind of screwed up. I pressed the wrong button in this car, and then they see the voice speaking. All right, so you guys, yeah. So anyways, it's optional. You can support the podcast, the channel in general, and to me, it's a way we share. I give you value, and you give some back. I believe in human. I believe in humanity, right? I think humanity is good. If we find value in something, we're gonna give some value back, even if it's not today. one day in the future, you know, you may come back and say, well, I love what you did and you helped me understand that. Maybe the first time I say things, and then some people will say, oh, they will be mad about it, because, you know, when you hear the truth the first time, it kind of makes you like angry, because you're like, okay, this is the opposite I've always believed, right? And then you don't agree with it. But when you start to see the truth, and you see it every day in your life, you see how it works, and you're like, oh wow, that's so true what you said. And I know that by fact, because I told my wife one time, I've always telling my wife that the system is not what you think it is. Okay, they recording everything you say, everything, everywhere you go. They know who you are. They know you better than you think. And then she never really think about what I was always saying. And then she started watching a show, and she fell in love with the show that she started watching, like Prison Break. And then for some reason she liked it, and she started saying, hey, this is everything you're always saying, like I'm saying everything here in the show, this is the truth, like, you know. So she started to realize everything I'm saying, and she said, oh, this is everything you're always saying. I said, yeah, exactly. So this is it. So until you really see it, until you experience it yourself, you won't believe it, because the lie is so big. The lie is propagated everywhere in the society. So they make it in a way that, you know, so you trap inside, right? So anybody come along and say, oh, this is not true, and this is like a lie, it's a false narrative, and you kind of angry about it. But when you realize, when you see the light, then you kind of, you realize, okay, yeah, this was true. So this is what I'm doing here. When I say crypto, the whole thing is a scam. You know, you won't realize it until you experience it yourself, right? So me myself, I lose like so much money. I won't tell you how much exactly, but I lose so much money in the scams. You know, you won't even believe it, right? So it's not because I'm trying to protect you. I'm trying to say, here's a fact. Okay, you can decide to go there and experience it yourself, or you can be a genius and learn from me and don't have to experience that. You don't have to have these all big losses in your life. Save that for your family, right? So this is what I'm trying to do here. Anyways, I know they call us toxic for being this way. I don't mind. Right? It's okay if I'm toxic for this reason. Right? In fact, I call the podcast Toxic Talk. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this. I'll see you again in the next Toxic Talk. As you know, PieCover.